Hey guys, welcome back to another stream. Hoping to have a pretty good stream here today. See how long we can keep it running for, but I do plan to grind for quite a while here Friday night. Not much else we got going on, so we'll just be kind of chilling. The ace queen here. Um, Setting the stream up, just missed it. We think we just raised and he called. Maybe he posted and we ISO raised. Either way, I should have just shoved that flop with two overcards versus check. Um, okay, pocket queens. We're just gonna bump those up. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna call the queens this time. Mix it up. Fill this table in here. Okay. So he three bet us pre-flop. Decided to call the queens here versus the small blind. We'll mix that in every once in a while. Same with kings and aces. Queens are probably more of a four bet. Um, all probably significantly more because they need that bit more protection. But anyways, and we're just going to continue to barrel here. I don't really see any reason to slow down. If he has like ace king spades, ace five spades, that's fine. Or ace 10 spades. But he doesn't have ace jack spades, doesn't have ace queen spades. Could just have the bare ace of spades, could have ace king spades, like stuff like that. But it would probably be stacking off there a lot. Okay, we're gonna three bet the small open here. Okay, fold the queen nine. We're gonna bump up the pocket kings. Okay, I'm just gonna fold there to the four bet. Fold, fold. Uh, okay, fold the 10-8, fold the 9-4. You can four bet the tens here. You can just call the tens. Okay, and now we're gonna bet. It's a good spot to donk out actually, with a lot of our range. Okay, barrels. It's not a board he's gonna bet. I actually like check raising here a lot more with the overpair, the three bet pot. Interesting. So he three bets, calls our check raise, and then the six rolls off, which kind of makes me want to just bluff here. And I think we're probably just gonna have to commit to it at this point. Sucks when he does show up with a seven or something himself, but I think it is what it is. Our calling range is significantly stronger than his range, so I do like the play. I think I'd like to look that one up later, but I think raising flop there is probably at least semi. Significantly better, I think, than just calling. Don't really know. Anyways, pocket fours here. 8-4, we're gonna fold. 10-5 folding. Pocket fours, we'll call for the set mine. We can three bet here and squeeze him out, or we can just take a flop. I think we're gonna be decreasing our calls here. This guy's just playing a ton of hands. We're just gonna be looking to hit a strong hand, um, like strong top pair hand against him and stack him. Queen eight suited fold here. We'll just fold the fours. We'll get out of the way here. Okay, king queen suited against a bunch of fish. Sorry, whales, fun players, whatever you want to call them. We're gonna bump them up here because these guys are just, super high VPIP, super low three bets. So they're gonna be calling with like crazy wide ranges. Okay, and we're gonna go pretty big here with the flush draw and two over cards. There's the money card. And sometimes we go big here, but given stack sizes, we could shove, but I kind of like the advantage to shoving is that if a fourth diamond rolls off, it just kills our action. Um, so it's either like shove or we can bet small to kind of force him to be committed to the pot, and then we can just shove river, right? And it's gonna be anything he calls on the turn with, it's gonna be pretty hard to fold with that on that rando river, unless he just had like berries, diamonds, or something. In which case, maybe he calls if we shove. Not sure. Okay, we're gonna three bet here with the Jack 10 suited. Ace Jack, we're just gonna call or fold the 10-5 here. Open up the Ace 9. Call. We'll let that one go. Okay, three bet pot, which is gonna get pretty standard C bet here. Backdoor flush draws, got shot to the nuts. This guy is quite spewy. I think, obviously, given the size of that check raise, we have to call here. Chase. This guy's extremely frustrating to play against when you can't hit a hand. Okay, ace king. We are three betting the ace king offsuit. Fold the jack six. Bunny chase. 300. Um, okay, three bet pot here. We are pretty deep, so we're just gonna go pretty big. Top pair, top kicker, and a three bet pot. Calls. Okay, three diamonds on the turn. Pretty good card. He will have some king, queen, king, jack suited, stuff like that. So I think, what do we want to go here? 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I think we'll go small here. Keep it king jacks and king queens in, like king jack suited, king queen suited. and then we'll just shove rivers. Calls. I don't think he has too many sevens in his range. Wonder if I'm not sure if we can shove this though. I think we just maybe go 10% block bet. I don't really think he's going to be one to bluff too often. I think we'd still get called by king, queen, king 10, stuff like that. Like a lot of like you're not always supposed to really be calling like king 10, king, queen, king jack, stuff like that, but weaker players were obviously going to be calling those. Okay, guys. So anyways, watching the stream, make sure you hit the like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Putting out a lot of short videos lately and some streams. Looking to improve the length of the streams and the quality of them. So yeah, make sure you hit that like button for the stream so we can spread it out. Subscribe. Okay, queen nine suited. We can three bet this. You can call this. It's a good flop. Okay, pocket kings. Obviously gonna bomb this. So we're going 5x per 5, 6, 7. I think we'll just go a little bit bigger against these guys. And here we're not going to waste, we're not going to check, we're not going to go slow play it because if he has the king of diamonds or the ace of diamonds, he's not going anywhere for a 3/4 pot bet. And if he has nothing, whether we bet small or big, he's just folding. So spots like that, um, you want to be barreling quite a bit. See if any, yeah, he doesn't really have any aggressive tendencies, so I think we just have to bet for him and hope he has a queen. Okay, three-handed. I think we're just gonna leave the table there. The rake's just so high on GGpoker, it's hard to justify playing short unless it's against. Um, that's probably a call actually. Unless it's against like players who are significantly worse than you by like a pretty substantial margin. Friday, you would think the tables would be decent, but they're usually not all that great. Okay, pocket tens here, pocket threes here with the extra cold call. It's worth calling. PLO 5 again. Man, I swear I'm just gonna play PLO 5 just to hit bad beat jackpot. There's no point in playing it other than that. But that thing goes off for the PLO 5 consistently. Okay, we're gonna three bet here, and then we're gonna play around at this table, and then we're just gonna leave. It's just four regs sitting, so not overly interested in that. This guy's just spewing again. Brick it. Okay, we're gonna make a C bet here with middle pair. So if he opened under the gun, we three bet, he called. Okay. We are going to continue barreling here. We beat ace king, we beat ace jack. Um, I think even if we bet small here and he like floated sixes, not sevens now, but sixes, eights, nines, tens, jacks, like players are going to fold those sometimes to two barrels as soon as there's an overcard on the board, even small. And we just have a lot of equity. What we want, we're trying to see a river card as well. Like if we had a five, we had an ace, we had a diamond, we're just all in. Okay, just leave that table. Fold to 10 7. Yeah, it's the only negative that can kind of happen here. Question though is it's like What exactly do we think he's gonna do that with? Like, my hand looks relatively weak when I go small there. It's not three bet ace king off and big blind respect open. Do not four bet ace king off and small ace. So he could have ace king. Oh, I don't have enough time to think. I am gonna call. And then, unfortunately, we are gonna shove into him, I think. Actually, I'm not. I'm just gonna go like five and make it look. It's gonna make it look like a block bet here because I think he's gonna fold if he has nothing, or he's not gonna necessarily fold if he has nothing. Like if he was bluffing, there's a good chance he's just gonna shove this river. Yeah, bang. Gotcha. He did have the best hand on the turn though. That's a terrible shove, by the way, guys. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not a terrible shove. Maybe that's a shove for value if he thinks he has the best hand, but I think it's hard to say. I think it's definitely induced by our small barrel there for sure. Okay, and then we're gonna three bet the ace king. Okay, fold the 10-8, fold the 9-7, fold the 8-6, fold the queen 6. Queen king, we're gonna fold there. Um, we'll raise up the ace jack offsuit, fold the king 7. Not really a big fan of having six tables is just so clean for the stream. Um, the tables right now are pretty trash at NL 100. Check the ace jack, fold the jack 4. Okay, we check back flop. Jack on the turn's a good card. Just calling. 10's not the greatest because he would have bet a lot of nines there. And we lose to 10 jack now. And we lose to like 8 9. We lose to jack 9. We lose to jack 10. We lose to king jack. We lose to. We beat king jack. We lose to queen jack. I think I'm just gonna let that one go. Fold the king 10. Fold the 10 5. Okay, 9 deuce. We're gonna fold. Offsuit. And we're just gonna let the jack 5 and the 8 6 and the 4 3 and the ace 4 and the 5 deuce go. Okay, a decent spot here. Folding the king 8. Okay, got a hand against Bwin. Doesn't has not happened yet, and he folds. Okay, we're gonna raise up queen 5 suited. Make sure we know what table do what here. So just if you're just joining, purple NL50, the blue and gray NL100. Probably just gonna let that go even against that pretty small three bet. We do raise ace 10 of diamonds a lot, but we do mix in calls every once in a while. As a missed barrel here, I think, on the flop, but fold the 9-3. Queen Jack. Here's let the 8-6 go, and the king four, queen nine, 8-3. Okay, we're gonna open up the 8-7 suited, fold the 5-3. I'll three bet this time. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the eight tables. I think it's just a little bit too much on the stream. It's a little harder to see. Can't edit later because the tables are overlapping constantly and it just doesn't work very cleanly. Okay, so we three bet, we get cold called here. We're just gonna make a small C bet on this board. We do have some backdoor equity. Doesn't matter anyways, because we just take it down. Okay, flop top pair here. We're just gonna check. Limp to pot. Okay, bet, call, call. We're not gonna be folding right now. King, not the best of cards, especially if it goes bet call again. But for such a small amount, we will just call one more time. What's this guy's stats here? He is pretty tight. I don't think he's doing enough three betting. Okay, pocket sevens on this board. We'll just check them back. Okay, and we will bet the pocket nines here for value. Deuce is a good turn card. Makes it unlikely that he has pocket deuces. And we now beat 4-5. And we're just going to continue. We're just going to continue barreling here. It's a really good river card. Now we just need to decide how big to bet. Okay, we just bet. You take it down. Fold the ace-3, fold the 9-3, fold the deuce. Open, the open limps there in the small blind. We're going to ISO that. Fold the 9-4, fold the ace-4, fold the 4-3 as well. Okay, I'm not going to want to leave while this guy's at the table. Ace-7 offsuit. We can three bet this. We can call this. Let that one go. Yeah, okay. I'm not really sure if I want to leave any of these tables yet. They all seem pretty decent. This is probably the worst one we're at right now, but Stone just sat down. He seems like a pretty big whaling. So don't want to miss an opportunity with him. Ace Jack, we're gonna go big. We probably have the best ace a lot of the time. I think I open pre, right? Yeah, so we definitely have the best ace here, and nobody has a five like ever. Okay, bump up the ace king. We are gonna three bet the ace four suited. This guy seems to be pretty tight, so be cautious of that. Okay, and we are just going to almost a board worth checking. We are just calling the ace king here. I think I am gonna check it. He has pocket nines, he has pocket tens, he has jack queens, he has king tens. Right. Hmm. It's a really big bet on that board. We're gonna squeeze the ace queen. So what do we beat here? If we lose to pocket tens, we lose to pocket jacks, we lose to pocket kings, we lose to pocket aces, we lose to ace queen and king jack and king ten suited. We beat king queen. Bluffs. Just like that board is, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to stick with my gut more. I think I'm just gonna fucking knit up and just like snap check fold it versus that. I don't know. Maybe that's too nitty. I don't know. I don't think he had, or I think he, just think he had it there. I just think he had it there. Fold the 7-3. We're gonna let the ace nine suited go. Fold the six deuce. Fold the three deuce. Queen nine offsuit. Okay, we'll fold the jack five. Queen nine suited, we'd ISO. Okay, raise up the ace queen. Okay. I think we're just gonna. I think we'll just go half pot here. Try to get him out of the hand. Okay. Let's just see how the session's going so far. Played a little bit before firing up the stream, but not a whole lot. It was really mostly maybe like 100, maybe 50 hands, something like that. 50, 60 hands. So far, it's been going relatively well. We are up. I don't know why I always get screwed like that, but we're up about 160 bucks over 335 hands. Can't complain about that. We are going to fold the four deuce, queen seven as well, king nine off as well. Probably going to get, probably going to lose. We're just in like a terrible spot here, even to get into hands against this guy. Like with three players on our right before we get to him, it's hard to play any hands with like the weaker players. Okay, we are going to value bet here with the nine, even if it is just a big blind. We're just going to let the jack 10 suited go. A lot of that cold calling range there, even against a whale, is going to have us. And not the greatest of shapes. Raise up the jacks. Okay, against this guy, he's just going to play his hand pretty face up. So we're just going to fold when he does that. Okay. We are just going to bet the jacks here on this board. Yes, yes, I know. I'm timing it. I'm terrible. KKK. Okay, flop the flush and a limp pot. We're just gonna bet out. Okay. Does call 30, 60. 15 half pot keeps a lot of his range in. Yeah, he just folds. Okay, we're gonna bet again here with the flush draw and the king. The limped pot. Then he raises us. We are gonna call this one to try to catch. We're at like 5-1. Not this time. Gonna check fold. Fold the 9 deuce. Well, so far, just kind of tables are not the greatest so far tonight. At least not at the NL 100 tables. 10-5 suited will call. Fold the 9-5. We will bump up the pocket threes. Hmm. It's a really good flop for his range, so I think we're just going to check them back. I'd bet like 5-4 or something. 6-4, stuff like that, significantly more than pocket threes because you just have way more outs to continue on the turn. All right, well, that's a pretty strong hand. So we're just going to barrel here. It's a good spot for him to check raise a lot of hands, but we really crushed that board. It's been an even better turn card. Okay, we will call the queen four of hearts, fold the jack 10, fold the king deuce. Let the queen three here go. He does c bets. We're just gonna get off this table. So we block queen 10, we block queen king, we block jack queen, so we're gonna go for the check raise on that one. And we have, I mean, we do block 3-4, I guess, technically, not that he's gonna call with that really anyways. I think it's a good spot to go for a small squeeze out of his ISO. I am gonna check here once he calls. Let it go. Okay, we're gonna go small. I like to go small in these spots because when he doesn't four bet, it's not like he's slow playing like aces and kings, you know, ever realistically. And and maybe if they've proven themselves, but it's like extremely rare circumstances. So it kind of like puts him in a spot where he just has sort of a marginal range, especially on a board like this, where like he's obviously going to call ace queen, ace king, and stuff. I think we just have to check back here now. Not really. Like we block ace king, which sucks. We block pocket jacks and stuff though. Hard spot. Like he ISO raised and then he just went like check, 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 check. I really want to bluff, even though these are, not the greatest cards to bluff with. K2 pair, we're gonna value it. Nah. I'm not sure if this should be a bluff here or not. Because he can have fours, fives, sixes, deuces, like stuff like that, probably too often. Yeah, yeah, queens. I don't know if he folds queens there. Like that's kind of what we were targeting when he checks. But he did slow play the queens. He did check, check, check. So that's kind of interesting. I am going to call the two pair for the click it back. All right, so he 4x, flop comes queen three jack. I am going to call one, and then check to him. Fold the ace seven, 9-5 suited. We'll bump it up. Flop one check, turn one check, and then three-quarter pot river. I think we just call. Yes. Okay, and then we're just gonna check this river and hope it just. Yeah, maybe that's just a bet on the river. Not sure. With he has a bluff, it's good to check it. Okay, checks around. We're gonna bet now. Fold the ace five. Fold, fold, and fold. Okay, he does call. So checks back flop, calls a pretty decent turn barrel. I wonder if I check if he would bluff like 8-9. Probably not. I think I'm just gonna go kind of like half pot, like a small bet where like if he has 8-9 or it's like 7-8, he might just call. And then when he bombs it, I'm not sure what to think. Flushes miss, diamonds miss, but generally speaking, people are not really bluffing this spot very much. We do block Jack 9. I just not bluffing, yeah. Isn't yeah. Probably just gonna let it go. Yeah, this table is not very good either. We block Jack 9, so it's like he has a 10 that he like check back a flush heavy flop with, or like binked pocket eights on the river, but he probably c bets pocket eights. It's like not a spot people bluff though. That's sort of the issue. I don't know. Kind of feel a little nitty folding that, to be honest. Fold king deuce. I don't know. I think that jacks might be a call there, but people are just don't bluff, right? So until they kind of prove that they're willing to, um, it's pretty hard to make that call. You fold the 10-9 off, bump up the king to queen suited. I feel like I have a massive delay on here, like too much of a delay. Oh, that's why this isn't live. Makes more sense. Have we even played or won like any hands here? Yeah, I just feel like I 9-5, ace 4, 9 stud suited, jack 10, ace 10. Let's do this. And not the best board for our range. We do win against King Jack suited though. Holding the ace seven. Okay, we're gonna bump up the ace jack suited. Okay, pretty standard spot to just see bet. Oh, he just lets it go. I think queen jack suited is obviously a three bet. I think pretty sure queen ten suited is a fold there though, but it's definitely a fold against an under the gun open. Have to double check about the hijack. It's a good flop. Goes pretty small. I think I like a raise here. I think the issue is like if a queen, a jack, a spade rolls off, like it's just gonna kill the action. So I'd rather get some more value out of like a jack 10, a queen 10, a king queen, a king jack, an ace king, an ace 10, pocket tens, pocket kings, pocket aces right now while we can. Okay, just folds, unfortunately. Pocket tens, fold five deuce. Just let the queen nine suited here go. Fold king five. Let's fold the queen nine and the 6-4 as well. Okay. Um, these are spots I would like to study a bit more when you're ISOing with like tens and jacks. Just calls. It doesn't four bet. I do not know what to think about this guy because I see him at a lot of tables. We are going to see bet here. Queen's a good part of his range though, like a king queen suited, an ace queen suited. He also has probably like deuces, threes, fours, fives, sixes, sevens, eights, nines, tens sometimes, given the way we've seen him play before. We're ahead of ace king if he were to have checked ace king. And we're just going to continue with the block bets. Mostly for value. I think there's a lot of hands that call that flop bet that we're still ahead of that we don't want to just like check and let him bluff with on the turn there. And I don't think you see people using block bets enough on the turn. Full pot to that board, eh? I think we're obviously going to call one and then get pretty cautious. And then he checks this board, we're just going to bet it. I don't even know what to think here. Yolanda. 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 I generally, against people I don't know, lean towards folding when they're just blasting into you. Because sure, you can get bluffed sometimes, but until you know anything about that player on the grand scheme of things, like players are simply not aggressive enough. Nines we mix three bet and just call. Okay, we did bet the turn. Unfortunately, the heart rolled off. And the three got there. If you did have like a king three, jack three, ace three suited type hand, so we're just gonna check back the fives now. But yeah, he's gonna have tons of just like ace X and stuff too. Obviously calling the nines. Okay, we're gonna fold the king nine there. Fold the nine deuce, bump up the pocket eights. Okay, and then he checks back. Never. Well, yeah, I shouldn't say never. Like this is not a horrible spot for him to check back like a weak jack here. Um, but we are gonna go for like some thin value. Definitely squeezing the nines. Definitely calling the sixes. Um, Against Yolanda. Yeah, so he could bluff here sometimes. Um, oh, just get called by both of them. But I think the most likely scenario is that he checked back like Jack 10, maybe Jack Queen, and then bombed the river for value, obviously, when we led into him. Can we take it down here at the pocket nines? It's a good outcome, obviously. You're gonna fold the king 10, 10-4 suited, 7-6, the jack 9, the 6 deuce, and the 8-4. All folds, and the kings are a check. That is not a good run of cards there. We are calling the kings here, folding, 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 checking. Two pair, we're gonna value bet with the 9-5. Fold to 4-3. King's not the greatest card. If I just check here now. So he did bet check to him. He checked back bet flop, bet turn. Uh, and now the jack rolls off in the river. So we lose to any ace that he called with we lose to all the like 7-8s and 8-9 type hands that he calls with. We lose to like Queen 10, King 10, Jack 10, any single 10, pocket sevens, pocket eights, pocket nines. Um, those probably do a decent amount of three betting. Pre, but obviously like I don't think we can call here at the Kings, fortunately. Ace 10 will bump up. Fold the 8-5 suited. I'm probably just gonna leave this table. Once the neck, I guess once the blinds come around. P Dog usually just calls everything. He's pretty hard to get off a hand, pretty stationy. So I think we're just gonna check to him on that board. He's got a pretty tight like opening range as steals, so I think I like just raising here, given the flush draws. Ooh, I was gonna say I didn't notice his stack was so short, so that's a bit of a mistake with that. Yeah, now we just gotta fold. That was an error. Ah, don't want him seeing that. Wish I could turn that off. So I have to like click. right. We'll take a flop here. Raise king jack. Fold the king five. We will check call in a limped pot with the nine. Fold the king jack. Yeah, it's a pretty good flop. We do flop a open-ended straight draw, backdoor flush draw. Uh, Tempting to both raise here. The issue with calling is kind of getting stuck in the middle. I am going to fold here once when Teddy makes that call. We don't play three hands. Instead, he's played all the three hands. We can't fold now to that bet either. Pick up the flush draw on the turn. And we break. That's fine. Just gotta let that go. I'm interested to see what Ronnie Cash has here. He's just like an eight ball. Kings. Wow. Interesting. Guess that makes sense. He three bet, he cold called, we called. I'm not sure what to think of him. Okay, we're gonna fold the 8-5, the queen 8, the 5 deuce. Sort of lost track of what happened here on the flop. I raised. I guess I C bet. Yeah, I would have C bet. He called it. We're gonna check here. Like we go, we're not. You're not getting three streets with King Jack. He doesn't have King Queen, or he would have definitely bet that river. I think a lot of the time. Now the question becomes, how much can we bet that he will call with a queen or like a King 10? I think around 75% is a pretty good value bet. I think you could maybe go a bit smaller. Like I think if you went half pot, you do get a lot more calls from a queen. All right, let's see if we can just have some fun here. Make it a family pot. We are floating here against the donkout. Okay. Now he leads flop, then he checks when the ace falls. So we're just gonna kind of try to take advantage of that and barrel here. Goes to the check raise. We're just gonna let it go. Okay, we're gonna three bet the ace four suited. King jack. We're gonna check that flop. Okay, and we'll just show down the king high. Okay, five deuce. We're gonna fold. Let's just see how the session's been going so far. Been up and down a bit here. Tables are not the greatest right now, so that's not necessarily helping much. King 10, we're gonna bump up. Jack 4, bump up. Some of these tables are great, don't get me wrong. Five's just folding as the under the gun open. This guy's definitely like random. He clicks it back. We're just gonna call. We're deep. I'm just gonna bet here again and see if he check raises again. Nope, that's a go. Interesting. Jack eight suited, we'll bump that up. And we are going to three bet the ace five suited. Honestly, I just think c betting. Oops, probably should bet that. C betting 100% here is just fine. Like it's technically not fine, but I think I don't know, top pair, top kicker. I'm just like stuck in the middle here. Let's try to let it go. Glad I let it go. Hold the ace four. Okay, you're fold the king seven. We'll bump up the 10-9 suited. So you got three bet. 10-9's not one we're gonna call. We do three bet the fives sometimes. Fold the 4-3. We are gonna ISO the sevens. Fold the 10-7. Okay, we're gonna next blind will bail on that. Ace jack is a fold here. I am gonna call the sevens against the donk out. Okay, so these guys are just doing random. Fold, 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 fold the ace four. Okay, ace 10 spades. And then 133. It's not ranking for much yet. Fold the 8-4. We'll call the ace queen every once in a while here out of the small blind. It's a good flop. We are going to check. And we are going to raise up the pocket aces, obviously. Call the ace 10 suited, fold 7-3. Okay, he's going to have queen jack, queen king, all kinds of hands in his range. So I'm going to check raise here for value. And we're going to check the aces here. Okay, he checks back. We're just going to bet for value now. We are going to call the half pot barrel with the ace 10 here. Much prefer to have a spade, but okay, now we're going to check the ace queen when the king rolls off. Okay, against another three-quarter pot barrel, against an under the gun range, we're just definitely folding here. I think once we check raise, he calls. Just fold there. It's kind of an awkward spot. Like anything but a king, and obviously anything but a king would like check plan with the top pair a lot of the time is to use that to protect like your check raise bluffing range. And we just have bottom set here, so we're gonna raise. It's pretty standard. A three bet the king queen is like it's a pretty good card to use as a check raise for value, and then like a check call, to sort of protect that check call or check raise bluffing range. Okay, he does call here, so there's a good chance he has an overpair, like at least a decent portion of the time. So we are going to barrel here. Again, against flush draws, against straight draws, um, against like ace 10, king 10, pocket jacks, pocket queens, pocket kings, pocket aces, stuff like that. And then we're just going to shove rivers. And we are leaving these two tables here, like after this hand, so they just turn to shit. Clubs do roll off, which does suck. But I think our hand, he at least decently weighted um towards overcards and like strong aces that I think we still shove for value here. And if he doesn't snap, then we know we pretty much had the best hand. Yeah, nice. Yeah, you don't want to be scared of the flush draw every time it rolls off on you. We are going to raise the ace 10. Folding the king 10, the 8-4, the 10-8. We are going to c bet here on the queen queen 6. The ace rolls off. We opened. Ace is a good card for us. He does check twice, so I think like if I had a weak sort of marginal ace or any ace here, I am just going to be betting. I am just going to bet like a little bit less than 3/4 a lot of the time, or half pot, something like that. Because his range, like he's not repping a very strong range, so you don't want to go too big when you do hit the ace to scare him off. You want to try to get some value. We will defend the king queen. All right, let's try to see if there's some decent tables up. I guess all the wrecks are just kind of out having fun on a Friday night. Uh, we are three betting the queen jack suited. We'll raise the king 10. Folding the 9-6. I think here when we flop the queen, uh, I think I like checking back. That's a terrible card. I think I like checking back here a lot more to sort of protect our range a little bit. And we're just not going to get a ton of value out of him. It's a tempting bet to call um, when we have the queen here, but with four spades out there, it's kind of difficult. And without the ace of spades out there, if there was like if there was an ace of spades, um, I would definitely be more likely to call there than on just like the king of spades because he can still have the ace a lot. Okay, we drop down, we spike back up, but let's see what else we got going on here. 38%. Lizzie, yeah, it's just like tables are usually a lot better right now. Yeah, he's stacked. But you can tell everybody's just bailing out because the tables are shit. Oh, that's a good table. Let's get on that waiting list. This one looks okay. Good. Three betting the tens here. Okay, 9-6 suited will bump. Fold here. We'll fold the queen 10. I think I'm going to three bet the king queen. And here, I think we're going to have the best hand like a lot of the time. So I think even just betting small, even though this is a board you want to go big on, at least a decent chunk of the time. Can I just get a flop? I am going to see bet small against him though, because I think if he has overcards, he might just fold. Given how much he calls, I am going to bet again. And that was a quick call. God. Jacks. Maybe I should have shoved that river. I think I'll peel one because we have backdoors. Backdoor straights, backdoor flushes. We do have top pair. You could have a hand like, you know, 10-8 or something. We flop. Okay, and we're just gonna try to get the showdown here now with two callers on that flop. Mm-hmm. Hold the 10-7. Okay, we're just gonna take a quick break, guys, and we will be right back. All right, we're back. Okay. It's a pretty good board for us. We are going to donk out here. Okay, calls. The queen rolls off. It's not really a card we want to continue barreling on, so we're just going to check. Okay, we're going to raise up the ace-4 suited. 10-7 fold. Yolanda with the open limp. We will just raise ISO with the pocket threes. And then, okay. So I think we're just going to bet here for the times he does have an ace. Like, we're not going to get action from pretty much anything. So when he does have an ace, we just want to bet and basically win. So we're just going to check. And we're going to call there. And then we're going to check to him. He's going to bet and or shove. And we will just stick it in because he's not going to fold an ace. And Bob's your uncle. Ace four. Yeah. So we're just dodging a four, an ace, or a queen. We will run it twice. Okay. That was a nice comeback hand. Be nice to get some more tables up, but things do seem pretty on the. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. Things look like they're starting to pick up here. 10-4, we're going to fold. Queen 5 suited, we're going to bump that up. Definitely calling the ace 7 suited here. Check. Fold the Queen 5. Um, I actually don't mind barreling yet. I don't mind betting there with the flush draw. We have a little bit extra equity that way. We are going to be ahead of some of his range with the Queen high too. Okay, the pocket eights we are going to bump up. And then gotta get a new chair. This thing just like rando sinks. Okay, the 8-4 offsuit, we're gonna let that go. Pocket eights, this guy's donking out again. We are just gonna have to fold here. But Okay, 8-7 suited. We are going to call the 3-bet this time. It's a good board for us. I'd actually, given positions, probably just go 13 and get away with it. Just the dead money out here makes it extremely more profitable to be squeezing here. Take it down. He bets into us on this board. We're definitely calling. I don't really think raising does much for us, given how much equity we have with the flush draw. Okay, and then he just checks to us. And I don't want to go too big here. I do want him to call with like a king of clubs or an ace of clubs. I think if we go like, 28, 30, like there's decent chance he folds those, unless he has like aces, kings, like ace 10, something like that with the ace of clubs, then he's probably just calling and getting it in. Yeah, we take it down. Okay, we got another NL 100 table going here. This guy 67 with a PFR of 7, so that's a good sign. And this guy definitely holding the jack 7 suited. Fold the 10-9. 10 deuce, we'll let that go. And fold the queen 8. All right, looks like the tables are starting to pick up a little bit here. Fold 7-4, the queen 7. King jack suited, we do some 3-betting there. King jack's mostly a fold. Every once in a while, depending on certain players, we'll mix stuff like that in. Fold the jack 4, ace 7 offsuit. I'm just gonna check back our ace high here. I don't know what GGpoker did to their update, but it's terrible now. You can't even see which tables you're waitlisted on. Very annoying. Okay, we're gonna check 10-8 suited. Fold the queen 7. Okay, the 10 on the turn. I think we're just gonna bet ourselves. Okay, get on a good table here. Ted Hitchcock's definitely a great player to have on our right. Um, I don't really believe that raise, to be honest. Check back flop, bet out on the 10, he raises. I don't think there's a lot of 10s that he's gonna raise there after checking flop back. Not 3-betting pre. Like I think it's probably weighted more towards like club draw bluffs. Or just had a set of fives. Just fine. Queen 10 suited, we're gonna bump that up, fold 6-3, fold the 10-8. Man, this guy. Um, I'm just gonna try to take him out. It's kind of gambly, but two overcards, flush draw. Why not? Yeah, 60-40. Run it twice, see if we can knock him out. Oh, we did spike the queen, but he banked the 7 on the river, so we do chop it up. Okay, 4-3 suited raise. Bump up the ace-10 suited, fold the jack-6. Against the 3-bet and the call, the 4-3 suited really plays pretty decently, especially on a board like this. Like, even against pocket aces, right? We're gonna have, what, 4, 8, not against pocket aces, but against anything other than pocket aces, we're gonna have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 outs. So we're gonna have like 50% over, almost over 50% equity against most ranges here. He goes really big. There's a lot of money out there in the pot. Um, the thing with shoving is it does look kind of bluffy. There is 40 bigs out there. I think it's just a shove. Like, yeah, he does call. It probably just has an overpair. Hopefully it's not aces. Jacks. It's great. Run it twice. Let's try to bankroll. And he has no club. That makes it even better. Not the first one. Nice. All right, we chop it up. I'll probably have to look into that one. I'm not, that might just be a little too spewy, but three bet pot, there's a lot of dead money out there. It's like almost 40 bigs out there by the time it was around for us to shove, right? I think 27 and 17 or something. I raise the ace five. And he's just 60 big stacks, so we can three bet a little bit smaller. Just given his stack size, I'm not looking to get into anything with him. Well, pocket tens, we're gonna bump those up. Okay, we did three bet. He comes along. Get out of the way there. Okay, we do get our set here. We're gonna go a little bit bigger because I expect any jacks calling probably, and then these guys are gonna call kings a lot of the time too. Face cards are not really what we want to see here, especially when he kind of like takes a minute on the turn there. Maybe we just check now once he calls flop. He's gonna have like a decently strong range here, despite like he's pre-flop raiser, and then like he does check this flop on 855, which a lot of the times he's going to be giving up on. Um, but when I bet and he's stuck in the middle between me and torching funds and calls, I think you're gonna see like just sort of a slow played pocket pair a lot of the time. Even like kings, right? Kings are even gonna check a lot because both of us can have fives in our range, like a significant portion of the time. Although I think kings and aces are going to check, I think, more than like jacks and queens do, right? Because jacks and queens need the protection more. Okay, we are going to raise the ace queen. This is interesting here. Yeah, like do you just fold ace king? You know what I mean? 72 hands. Didn't three bet pocket or did not four bet pocket queens. Three bet. I don't think we can fold. I think we have to call, and if we hit an ace or king, it just sucks when he shows up with aces. Um, Red one here. This rich. He's nuts. 10-4. I guess we're gonna leave this table and jump onto this table. Goes half pot. Probably just gonna fold. Like I know it's only over 72 hands, but when your stats are this and now, now you've three bet and barreled, it's the thing is though, like it's like he has to have kings or aces, I would think. Right? And I block both those. I don't know. Maybe that's way too nitty. That could be way too nitty. 8-6 folding, 9-7 folding, king 10 folding, queen 3 we're gonna fold as well. I'm not sure. I feel like maybe that's too nitty. Okay, we're gonna bump up the ace queen. And we fold again. Hmm. Okay, we're gonna fold five deuce. Okay, we are three betting Jack 10 suited, three betting the pocket queens, and we're value betting the ace 10. Okay, Jack 10 takes it down. Attempt to steal 44%, 36. Yeah, okay. Okay. And we're gonna be all in here with the queens against aces, as always. All right, let's put a jack ball up one time. Jack. We don't even have the hearts though, which kind of sucks. Okay, flop top pair here. Yeah. Honestly, like sometimes you play this game and you just think, if I don't have aces, I shouldn't be getting it in pre-flop. People are so nitty. It just, it just money does not go in unless they have aces half the time. Like the second somebody four bets and you shove, like you should just assume they have pocket aces every time they four bet half. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding, but it does feel that way sometimes. But there goes our session, unfortunately. But we move on. Okay, pocket eights, we're gonna bump up. We're gonna raise the 9-5 as well. Fold the 9-5 here, fold the jack 5 here. We will defend the eights to that three bet. Dunk with the strong. Okay, he goes half pot. I think we can go for a small check raise here. He can have queen, pocket kings, pocket aces. Does pretty quickly call, so that's a pretty good sign. What do we got here? 47, 57, 67. 16. We'll just go a little bit. Oh, we just snap folds. That's too bad. I wonder what he calls with and like snap folds turn with. Okay, turn the open ender. Definitely calling here, of course. That's interesting. We definitely have to call. Well, it's only been an hour and a half, eh? Feels like it's been longer. Tables haven't been very good though. It's been pretty nitty. I think we're about even minus rake back, I think, for the most part on the session here. Yeah, we're up 13 bucks. But that's just we ran queens into kings. Um, not much to not much to see there. Okay. Well, I think I'm just gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna leave the stream running. And then we'll be back. I think we'll be back in a little bit anyways. Uh, I need to get like a replay running so when I take a break it can still run hands and stuff. But yeah, I think we'll just play through our blinds on this run and then just be taking a little break. Okay. We're gonna ISO throughout everything. Wow, it's a good flop. You're gonna fold the 9-8. Oh, I probably can't sit out, can I? I probably have to actually leave tables to sit out. Yeah. Okay, leave all cash games on next one. But we will be back. Fold the 7 deuce. Fold the queen 7. Raise up the jack 7 suited. Bump up the 6-5 diamonds. This guy is I'm not a fan of. Check here. Fold the 9-10. That's not a check. I'm not quite sure why I did that. So there's a missed bet right here, everybody. I am going to stab this turn though. But that's just a bet. Bet on the flop. 8-6. Here we're going to fold the 6-4. Fold the 8-3. Okay, it's somebody reconnecting here. Um, Not really a big fan of leaving the table with these two guys on my right, but I think I just feel like I need a little break here. Get back into the flow. This guy's gonna donk out again. Okay, we're just gonna check. Okay, and we're just trying to get the show down basically at this point with pocket fives. Okay, so maybe he's I don't know, maybe he's donking out with like made hands or like nothing balls. I think I let like a bet here more with pocket nines than just checking. Checking just opens up a ton of cards for him to realize, his equity with just kind of face cards. Okay, well, we will be right back.